important to you. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world. Now on to our show with your host, Peter Mingils.
Hello, everyone. Peter Mingils here. You are listening to us live on Building Fortunes Radio, www.buildingfortunesradio.com. For many people that might be unfamiliar with my voice, my name is Peter Mingils. We own Building Fortunes Radio. We've been doing this for a really long time. And one thing happened a while long back. I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine. Her name is still Jackie. And we were talking about a whole bunch of cool things. And I said to her, there was a lot of stuff that was really cool about this conversation. The only thing we did wrong is we didn't let other people hear it. So there were some really good nuggets here. We went back and forth and said, we should do a radio show. So we picked Thursday evening at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central Time, for those people that want to hear us live on Building Fortunes Radio. So if you go to buildingfortunesradio.com/Jackie, you'll be able to hear those. But we've been doing this for a long time. We talk about a whole bunch of things. Today, and by the way, we can really get carried away. I mean, we've kind of like the show that never ends. But today, I told Jackie, I need to keep this below 30 minutes because we're going to turn this into a movie, which we've been doing some of our radio shows into movies. So we could use some new platforms. So for those people listening in, we're using some new platforms where we can actually take this audio, make it into a movie, and in essence then put it up on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and a lot of other platforms as well. LinkedIn is coming out with a live streaming kind of a thing. So we're going to be able to take this and broadcast it through the internet all at the same time. The only thing is that one of the things limits us to 30 minutes. So therefore I told Jackie, so this will be the first time you might hear me hang up on a guest.
It's okay. You forewarned me.
I forewarned you. I'm looking for apologies in advance. But anyway, so Jackie, thanks for being here.
Well, I'll have to talk faster then.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I know. So you guys that are listening in will have to put your video on slow speed to be able to hear this. So
well,
anyway.
The outside chance that I don't get a chance to tell people how they can contact me. Mm-hmm. And if you're putting up on different...
Yeah, do that now.
I'm going to do it right now.
Yep.
So anything that I'm going to be talking about, which I have a subject matter that I'm going to be talking about, it's like the one I'm most proud of the things that I've done over the last over 25 years with credit, debt, taxes, how to reduce your taxes and pay, either nothing or very little, and all done legally, by the way. Everything I do or I've set up, and I've learned from some of the top-notch experts in the world, actually. This is all done legally. But one of the things I came up with about 8 or 10 years ago was by pure accident, and that's been my favorite, to promote. I also set up a whole package, more than anybody that you could ever go to. It's called the Invisible New Mexico LLC, and I've got recordings of what each legal document does and all kinds of things. So it's nothing like you've ever seen or heard of from any vendor that sells any LLC, even an attorney for sure. But this one is called a bulletproof.
Hold on a second. You said you're going to give us your contact information.
Yes, I am.
I know. Well, give it to us already, and then you can tell us what it is.
Okay, I'll do it. I was going to do it, as soon as I started telling what I'm going to talk about.
You're going to be done with your explanation before you give us your contact information.
It'll be 30 minutes, right?
That's right.
Okay, people can reach me or email me at The Other Plan, and that's 3 words rolled into one. There's no dots, dashes, or spaces between it. It's called The Other Plan. That's TheOtherPlan @gmail.com. And my name is Jackie. So in this particular case, what we're going to be talking about, you can email, you can put in the subject line, I'd like to be put on your educational updates that I do on asset protection, or I'd like to hear more about what you spoke about on the call tonight. And this is a very special bank account. It looks, feels, smells, and operates just like a normal personal bank account. It's done in your personal name. And the one key thing that this, bulletproof a bank account does is it protects everyone and anyone from any collections, any judgments, anybody coming or finding, freezing your bank account or taking monies out of your bank account. And even one of my clients emailed me unsolicited that it protect him against IRS taking any of his funds out of his account. And he said he's so glad. The way he wrote it was to me is, "You saved my bacon." And when IRS took his house of 24 years, his business of 23 years, but they didn't touch the money in this bank account. And one of the key things that I do with it is it's not secured, or set up, or even though it's titled in your name, your personal name. The key thing is I get because it's backed by a trust. And this is not a trust for estate planning. This is just a trust it's a certain type of a special settlement trust. And it's done in your personal name. It could be a husband and wife, or it could be two other people, together on it. And it's backed by the trust, but I get an EIN number. So when you go into the bank with these legal documents that I'm going to be giving you, as well as complete directions of how to do it, we're not trying to sneak anything or hide anything, so there's no wrong way or right way. You just, it's very easy to open up this bank account anywhere. And is that you can open up a personal bank account, you can operate, because remember, it's in your name. You can operate out of it just like you do right now. People write checks to me, my personal name. They don't even have to use the word trust after my name. I get my Social Security directly deposited into this account. If somebody had a pension, they could get it directly deposited into this account. For all purposes at this point, as far as anyone's concerned, this is a personal bank account. And the key difference between this and a personal bank account is nobody can take your assets. Whereas if you have a personal bank account right now set up, if you had somebody coming after you for collections that you didn't pay a bill, a lot of people think, well, they never contacted me. They never, I had people in the past, but they never contacted me. Think again, because they can wind up without contacting you, without you going to court or answering it, because you didn't receive anything. You can still wind up with a judgment against you, and then the first thing they're going to do, in fact, that usually these bill collectors do it even before they take on a case, they're going to check all the check systems to see where you're banking, and if you have the funds to cover it, because, they don't want to get into getting a judgment and then can't collect on it, because the key thing is not just somebody getting a judgment against you, it's can they collect. And what they're going to do is look for some kind of assets, either equity in your house, or they're going to look for money in a bank account. And a lot of people say, well, I pay all my bills on time. The whole point is it could be a fraud. It could be a scam. I mean, I get those emails all the time from other people. I get phone calls. I mean, and that's part of the thing that I teach people when I've done consultations for people that have collectors after them, or they didn't pay, or they were going to file a lawsuit or something. So I counsel people in that has nothing to do with this specific, I call it a bulletproof bank account trust. And it's judgment proof, collection proof, lien proof, frozen, anything you got it frozen. And like I said, it looks like a personal bank account. It operates like a personal bank account. But if somebody were looking for you that you owed money to, your name would come up, but it wouldn't come up in the bank because it's covered. You're covered because you didn't set up this bank account with your Social Security number. you set it up with an EIN number. And that's the key difference. So it's backed by, even though it's in your name, this trust, it's backed by your name. That's how you can operate out of it, just like a personal bank account, and an EIN number. So that's why I said it turns into this incredible thing that I really encourage everybody, whether you have problems now or you don't have problems, it really doesn't matter. I live by the golden rule of I'd rather be safe than to be sorry and to cover my butt before something happens.
Well, if I can add to that, and let's,
sure.
You know what, I'm going to do this only because I want to make sure that we have some time. I'm going to run out a little commercial up front, so I'll be right back, everybody. In 1 minute, we're going to talk to Jackie about this stuff. Here we go.
Thanks for listening to Building Fortunes Radio. If you sell a product or service, then you should check out PM Marketing's NetworkLeads.com. Just visit www.networkleads.com. For over 18 years, PM Marketing has helped distributors build their home-based businesses through lead generation, website development, automated email delivery systems, and sales training. If you're looking for a way to increase your skills and increase the number of people that see your product or opportunity, NetworkLeads.com can help. To learn more, visit www.networkleads.com. Ask about their lead management system, capture pages, personalized websites, MLM training, humongous blogs, the humongous classified ad network, Building Fortunes Radio, or their webinar schedule. NetworkLeads.com can be your one-stop shop for everything you need. And now, back to our show.
And we are back. Peter Mingils here with Jackie, and we're talking about stuff that you probably need to know about. And whether you're running a business or not, you probably need to learn more about her bulletproof bank account, which, by the way, I want to emphasize, legal, right, Jackie? So legal, above board, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't do anything any other way. And Jackie's really super duper friendly with making sure that she can make it affordable. So whether you're paying in front, making payments, whatever it might be, she's going to be able to help you get this thing done the right way. So here's my little thing. And it's always been this way. Most of the times people will say, well, I don't know if I need anything like that. And I'm going to probably say for most of their adult life, they probably won't. But at one point in your life, you might. And if you don't have it, it'll probably be devastating. So I'm going to use as an example. Jackie, we deal with a lot of customers, obviously, and some of our customers get old. And or they're
I wonder how that happened.
I don't know. Right. Or some of their spouses get old. Or sometimes they get into an accident. Or they have a medical challenge. And then all of a sudden the medical bills pile up.
That's right.
And they go from, like, they thought they had their life set, they worked their tail off, and then they don't anymore. So having something like you're referencing, I'd like you to kind of customize my scenario to your answer about, a lot of people, they don't think they need it, and they're probably right 99% of their life, and then something happens, and then they're devastated. I'm talking devastated.
And Peter, when you say devastated, I don't think people understand. Devastated means everything they've worked for could be wiped out in 1 minute.
Gone.
And here, I use an analogy. It's like same thing as like, why do we have car insurance? Forget about that it's required, all right? The whole point is, why do I have car insurance? I've never had an accident. Why do I have health insurance? I'm a natural, I'm into natural health and nutritional stuff. I don't take any pharmaceuticals, so why do I need health insurance? Or, some people, especially if they have young children, is like, why do they have life insurance? Why do you have any kind of insurance? How about homeowners insurance? Oh, you know what, this is a great house, or this is a brand new house. Why do I need homeowners insurance? Besides it being required, especially if you've got, X number of dollars, or you don't have enough equity in the house, or whatever it is the requirements are. The point is, you buy things. I mean, I don't like it either. I could have a whole lot more money in my bank account, and so would you, Peter, and so would everybody else, if they didn't have these things that they needed to buy to protect themselves. And look about what's going on right now. Identity theft is up 600% more than it was, especially because of what's going on right now with this flu thing, this COVID thing. And so what I'm just saying to you, one never knows, and especially if you're working online or if you're active online or if you're on Facebook or if you're on Twitter. I mean, people can hack into your bank account, not bank accounts, but people can hack into your user IDs, your passwords, which, does make them able to at times be able to, because if you're going to look at your online banking, I mean, there's so many things that a person who does any kind of work or any kind of activity, not just online, but now with these smartphones, it's the same thing. They're looking at their bank accounts or their smartphone, and if you think you are not being spied on, especially with your smart cell phone, you're greatly mistaken. In fact, there's more spying going on with the cell phone than there is on computers now.
Right. So let me give you a scenario that happened recently that I'm kind of close to. I've spoken recently about my mother-in-law has been sick and was sick, put into a nursing home, and she's got Alzheimer's as well. So,
oh my God.
No. But she's healthy, kind of, you know what I mean? So she's probably going to live a long time.
I know, because I got a mother like that.
And my father-in-law had to fill out the paperwork. So he was a butcher since he was 14 years old. So that was when people were able to actually work when they were 14. And he worked forever. And he built up a really good pension. That's when they used to have pensions. So he got this great pension. And then, retirement as well, and her check too. And when he was admitting
Social Security,
and Social Security, and when he was admitting her into the nursing home, they wanted it all.
Right.
They wanted it all.
Yep.
All. Like all. And he went from not being rich, but being comfortable to being now broke. And what happened? It was no one's fault. No one wanted to ever get sick. Like I said, 99% of their life, this wasn't an issue, and then it was. And that's why I'm referencing the importance of this, because most of us think we don't need something like this, but we certainly do. So back to you.
No, you're absolutely right, because none of us know, and I know these are little sayings and stuff, but boy, they are so true. Those are the ones that stick in my mind all the time. Is no one knows what tomorrow's going to bring. Yep. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, and first of all, with Alzheimer's or dementia. Now, my mother's next month is going to be 97 years old. She has probably the last stages of dementia. She made us promise, my sister and I, that we'd never put her in a nursing home. She has, she lives down in Florida. She has a decent condo, maybe it's, I don't know what the market's worth at this point, but it's under $200,000, and it's all paid up. And she thought, and she's a perfect example, just like your father-in-law and mother-in-law, she thought she had a lot of money that was going to take care of her and protect her, because none of us know how long we're going to live. We know from the time we're born that at some point we're going to die. It's just a matter of when and from what. Because nobody lives forever. And fortunately for her, she's, at this point, we have used up all her money to pay for it, because people don't realize what kind of, whether in your home care or the, assisted living or in a nursing home, what they wind up taking. And every state has a different number of years that they they can take, you have to have your house X number of years, and I think in the state of Illinois where I live, it's 5 years. In Florida, it might be 5 years, it might be 7 years or 5 years, or California, a different amount of time before you have to give. In other words, you have to clear those number of years if you're buying, especially when you're elderly. If you're, buying a one-story house or something like this, and you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, if you don't say it's a 5-year state you're living in, if you don't clear those 5 years, you won't get the nursing home for the state to cover it until you've cleared that number of years.
Right.
So, and it's not just this bulletproof, judgment-proof, collection-proof bank account I'm talking about. It's also a matter of and it doesn't matter, you don't have to be a certain age, 60 years old or 70 years old or 80 years old to do some estate planning. You should do it, as soon as you possibly can, even in your 50s or in your 40s. And that was one of the things that I had decided to do towards the end of this year now. I just posted to my database and stuff, and I'm going to offer it on this call. Anyone who purchases this judgment-proof, collection-proof, bulletproof bank account, I'm offering, it's worth over $1,200 if you went to an estate planning attorney. I have all the templates with directions of what to put in this spot and what to put in that spot that I'm offering as an add-on if they buy the Bulletproof Judgment-Proof Trust bank account for only $200. And if you went to an attorney, it would wind up costing you well over $1,200 for what I've got. We're talking about a living trust. We're talking about a will. We're talking about directives, powers of attorneys for medical, powers of attorneys for financial, and several other things. There's like 7 different legal documents that are in that. And so that is something that most people don't think about. But, again, tomorrow's promised to nobody. So, it's better to have and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have about 7 minutes left. Let's talk a little bit more about this bulletproof bank account thing. So how does somebody get in touch with you so they can get it? I know everybody's situation might be a little bit different, so you don't have to tell us prices. But tell us about, how you make it easy for people, et cetera. How long it takes to get set up.
It's the same price for everybody. I don't change my prices for different people or talking on the phone or on a call or something like that. Or because you've done a lot with me, I'm going to, give it to you for less. The whole point, my prices, I've kept them low because I'm very understanding about everybody's economic situation, especially for this year, this total year. I've always had a monthly payment plan too. It's a minimum of $100 of a month that they pay regularly on time, and that's what the monthly payment plan is. Did you want me to state a price or what?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know how you do it, but give us your contact information. Give us your contact information again before we run out of time.
Sure. And the total cost for this Bulletproof bank account trust is only one time. There's no other fees you're ever going to have to pay, anything you file, nothing, only $599. Wow. And if you want that estate planning, all the documents, that's an additional $200. But like I said, no one will find this kind of thing anywhere, no matter what time it is or what. And you can contact me by emailing me at theotherplan@gmail.com. 3 words again rolled into one, theotherplan@gmail.com. That happens to be also the name of my business, The Other Plan LLC. And my name is Jackie, so you can put in the subject line, I'd like more detailed information about this special bulletproof, judgment-proof, collection-proof bank account. And I'll send them more detailed information on that. And that's basically it. I mean, you've got my email, you've got my how to contact me. It's the easiest and quickest way because I think at times that I live online. It's 7 days a week, nights, holidays, and weekends.
So does the, like for instance, if someone had a business now and like say a business checking account and they wanted to convert it over, does it perform just like a regular business bank account? Like do you get a routing number and a account number?
Of course. But if they have a business and if it is set up as a corporation or if it's set up as an LLC, that they won't need this. What they need this for is any personal bank accounts. It takes the place of your personal bank account.
Got it.
See, if somebody's got a business account and it's a registered business account, that protects you in itself. So this is basically other account because anybody's got a business account, like keep it separately. Anything that I pay, like, my mortgage or my electric or my, for food or something comes out of this specific bank account. This is this bulletproof bank account. All my things that I am using to live comes out. It works just like a personal bank account, like I said to you. There's nothing to relearn, in other words, and that's what's great about it. You would just go into the bank with your legal documents after I've set it up for you, and you're going to open up based on the trust and the EIN number, and they will ask you, because you're going to be one of the signers on it, so they'll ask you for your personal ID and your Social Security number, but the account itself is not known by your Social Security number, and that's one of the key factors that makes it judgment-proof and collection-proof.
Excellent. Okay, good. Well, I made a commitment that we're going to keep this down to 30 minutes. Give us your give us your email address so people can get in touch with you one more time, please.
theotherplan@gmail.com, and that's TheOtherPlan@gmail.com.
And then for those people listening in, you want to check out the previous radio shows we've done because we talk about everything from credit scoring, credit repair, all that sort of stuff. We talk about, fun stuff like conspiracy thinking. We talked about presidential elections. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Anything that's going on politically. Right?
Everything that's going on, yeah. Masks, shopping, all these kinds of things that are going on. But today, I needed to kind of clip our wings, keep us down to 30 minutes because we want to put this up on our movies. And you guys will be able to check those out as we're doing them as well. So I'm going to stop talking.
I've always wanted to be in the movies.
I know, you're in the movies. That's it. So we're done with our radio show. And happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. We'll catch everybody next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Good night.
Thanks, Jackie.
You've been listening to Building Fortunes Radio on buildingfortunesradio.com. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check us out every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the designated Building Fortunes Radio segment with Peter Mingils. Be sure to check out the buildingfortunesradio.com website for our featured segments. It's been our privilege to have you listen in. At Building Fortunes Radio, we wish you the success you deserve and are willing to work for. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world.